Here's an aircraft. Here's another aircraft. Here's a third aircraft. You know what they all have in common? They are all affected by the same four main forces: gravity, thrust, lift, and drag. Gravity is the force that pulls everything towards the center of the earth. For an aircraft, this means gravity is constantly pulling it down. Think of it like a heavy weight hanging from a string. No matter what you do, it will always want to fall down. In the case of an aircraft, gravity acts on the center of mass, which is essentially the point where the aircraft's weight is balanced. To keep the aircraft in the sky, this downward force needs to be countered by an upward force called lift. Lift is the force that equals or exceeds the force of gravity. To be achieved in heavier than air aircraft, lift is created by the flow of air over airfoil. There are many equations for lift, one of which being this one on the screen. This equation means lift is equal to half the coefficient multiplied by air density multiplied by velocity squared multiplied by the wing area. It can be noted that the term coefficient contains all the complex dependencies and is usually determined experimentally. Lift is an example of Isaac Newton's third law, which states every action has an equal and opposite reaction. As the wing pushes or reflects air down, the reactant force pushes up and back on the wing. This is called the total reaction, and it can be resolved into two components called lift and drag. Drag is the force acting opposite relative to the direction of movement of an aircraft. Drag is composed of two main components: induced drag and parasite drag. Induced drag is the drag as a consequence of lift, produced by the passing of the aerofoil through the air. Induced drag is the parallel component acting back on the wing, which opposes the forward motion of the aircraft. This is due to the wingtip vortices, where the wingtip creates a rotating downwash because of the pressure difference of the top and the bottom of the wing. The considerable amount of energy required to generate these complex flow patterns is taken from the aircraft's forward motion and is experienced as drag. Due to the inevitability of causing wing vortices and what are called eddies, the only way to stop creating them is to stop creating lift. Parasite drag is the drag generated by non-aerodynamic components of the aircraft, such as the fuselage, lift struts, radio aerials, undercarriage, etc. As these must also be pulled along in the air makes way for these non-lifting surfaces, creating parasite drag. The faster the speed, the stronger it becomes. This type of drag is exactly the same as that experienced by a bicycle rider at high speed, as the air is forced to flow around his body. Thrust is the force that pushes the aircraft forward through the air. It's like when you push a toy car to make it move. The car moves because of the force you apply. In an aircraft, thrust is generated by engines, which could be jet engines or propellers. When the engines spin the propeller blades, they push air backwards. According to Newton's third law of motion, for every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. As the propeller pushes air backwards, the reaction force pushes the aircraft forward. This forward motion is necessary to create lift, as lift only occurs when air flows over the wings. Thrust is crucial for keeping the aircraft moving and for generating the lift needed to stay in the air. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you found this video informative. I wish you a good day.